Get ready, folks. These two teams love pushing the ball. Greg, we could see a track meet tonight.
Two of the top fast break teams in the league, Kevin. As far as keys, limiting turnovers is going to be big because they each want to get out and run when they get the chance.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. The guard pair, Halliburton and Mathurin. Miles Turner out there with Smith. And it's Duarte in at the 3. Nice shot by Smith. Here's Melton. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And the Pacers have been one of those teams that they're allergic to rebuilding, but there's clearly a youth movement in Indy, and with young talents like Tyrese Halliburton and Ben Mathurin, they already boast some nice building blocks. Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Melton.
And certain teams take on the attitude of their city. And over the years, Philadelphia has been one of them. The Sixers known for having tough teams, much like the town.
That one is no good. And Greg, you mentioned the 76ers have taken on the identity of Philadelphia. In your estimation, how?
You know, you go all the way back to the 80s. This has been a team that plays hard, focuses on defense, gritty, much like their city. So they tend to play with a chip on their shoulder. Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Halliburton passes to Mathurin. Turner, the bounce pass. Here's Duarte. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. From 17 feet out. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. And stolen by Harris. Pass to P. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Drops in the layup for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Mathurin. 12 points his last outing. Turner against Embiid. The pass to Halliburton. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
He with the bucket.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Pacers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, Rick Carlisle gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Now, they lost the first game against this team, but the coach said he's not worried. Thinks they just have to rely on their offense a little more. He told me, look, the first time didn't go the way we'd like, but I still think we can score against these guys. We have to keep the ball moving, and then we have to finish strong. They're trying to even up the season series at 1, Kevin. We'll see how they do. Back to you.
Appreciate that, David. Interesting report there, GA. The team focused on what it can do offensively.
Bottom line, in this league, you have to score points. Sounds like they have a plan.
I think obviously they're hoping to establish the pace early. They're so much more efficient when they're able to get to their tempo game.
I tell you what, it's almost like Steeler to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this, they caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
76ers will go for a different look here. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Embiid. P.J. Tucker comes in for Harris. Korkmaz, he's checked in for Shake Milton. And it's James Harden in for Pete. The Pacers also changing it up. Daniel Tice is checked in for Miles Turner. Jackson comes in for Smith. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Halliburton. Pacers trail by 5.
And some added toughness on the roster. Something Philly knew they needed after last year's playoffs. The hope is adding scrappy veterans like P.J. Tucker and DeAnthony Melton will help them further this go-round.
The shot no good by Duarte.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
He gets it in there.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
1:12 left to play in the first quarter. The Pacers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Now, here's McConnell. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. The shot no good by Duarte.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
It's just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Now, here's McConnell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Tries it from the top of the key. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot no good by Duarte.
I'll tell you, they're trying to cut into this lead, but he has not hit one this period.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Passes it Duarte. Will it go? And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder should he have moved it just one pass more.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Right back after this break.
Big round of applause for your Sixers.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And so in the game for the Pacers. T.J. McConnell is out there with Halliburton. And there's Miles Turner. And it's Smith. And it's Mathurin in at the 3, the small forward. Shooting 2. That's good from P. And to watch NBA offense when the ball is hopping, I think you'd agree, it is beautiful. The precision, the grace, the timing. How much of that, Doris, is just making the simple pass?
I think the best basketball is played when players think, what is the next right play? And so often, Kevin, that is simply moving the basketball. On the catch, you're in triple threat position. But as soon as you don't have anything, move it to the next guy. So I couldn't agree more.
Well, here we are, Greg, looking at the Indiana Pacers. They've been looking for a star player to lead the way. Have they found it?
It's so tough for the small market teams like them to acquire this type of talent. They know they have to draft well and develop their players within the program. Hopefully, they'll be able to mold some of these young ones into stars moving forward.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, P in the last game against New Orleans lit up the floor. He scored 18 points, and it seemed like every shot he put up was going in. That's how dialed in he was. It was another strong showing for him in what has quickly become a habit. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, D.A. Win or lose, Greg, it's amazing the impact he can have on the game.
Yeah, in that last one, he was making plays all over the court. No one could match up with him.
Pretty much in attack mode the whole evening. We'll see if he plays with that same level of aggression here tonight.
Here's Harris, following the score by Miles Turner.
And credit Harris for creating that high percentage look, scanning the floor and finding the best option.
Pacers trail by 12. Pass to Mathurin. Now, here's Halliburton. Down low, here's McConnell. That's good, and it's Halliburton with the assist.
That pass was about the location. Puts it perfectly into the hands of his teammate.
And the 76ers call time here. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Bassey's checked in. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Indiana. Philadelphia leading by 10. Harden kicks to Harris. Back to Harden. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
So it's the Pacers now.
Well, James Harden's still a tremendous player, but now in his early 30s, some question, can he be the dominant MVP force we saw in Houston? A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Harris's shot is good.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch.
Now, here's McConnell. Pass to Mathurin. Wide open look. The time for the ball.
Going for that shot in that situation is something that isn't going to help the offense.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
And Greg Harden in recent years dealing with hamstring injuries. Has he lost a step to age or injury?
You know, probably a little of both, but we've seen players with a new diet or training regimen get back to peak production. Hopefully, he can as well.
Here's Harden, following the score by Miles Turner. And it's good, 2 points. Harden's got 6.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. And Doris, these Pacers, the first full season after the big trade that came last year.
Kevin, I think they felt like they had to do something to shake things up. A big drop-off in production over the last 2 years. That was after an extended run of playoff appearances. So what you hope is a guy as young as Tyrese Halliburton, with the skill set he has, can have an immediate impact and start to raise your trajectory.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Jackson, he's checked in for Turner. And Chris Duarte's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Halliburton against Melton. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, looking back at the 2021 draft, I'm still shocked. Tyrese Halliburton fell to 12th. My goodness.
What a steal Halliburton has been. He broke his wrist in college. And that scared some teams away, but boy, Tyrese has been awesome in the NBA.
So it's Philadelphia feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
19.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You got to like what P has done in this game.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
So with Harden on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Harrison and Embiid are manning the post position. Be out there with DeAnthony Melton. And it's Milton in at the 3 spot. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Offensively, we see Embiid all over the floor. But inside is where he can really utilize that size.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And it's plays like that, Kevin, that show you why they are so far ahead. Didn't settle for anything outside and went right to the rim.
I now let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, guys. Now, Tobias Harris has been the leading scorer on teams in the NBA, but on the Sixers, he understands his role is different. He says, I'm not a guy who's going to press for looks. The ball is going to flow how it flows, and I just got to be ready when the opportunity comes my way. That's what winning basketball is all about. Kevin?
David, thank you.
How about the craftiness on the drive by Tyrese Halliburton? This guy's ability to adjust when he puts it on the deck is something else.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. The 76ers have hit half their free throws in this one, going 3 of 6 so far. And some changes here for the 76ers. Reedy's checked in for Tobias Harris. And James Harden subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. In Indiana with a change here, too. McConnell's checked in. That's good from P. And Greg, the Philadelphia 76ers have made it very clear that they are all in on a title run.
And their front office has been very focused on trying to get top-tier talent on this roster. After the trust the process era, they're now aggressively pursuing titles here in Philly.
Now, here is Smith. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Back to Milton. To the paint. P with the bucket. 14 points for P.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Pass to Duarte. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. And there's the pass to Reed. And here's Milton. Here's P. Bank shot. No good. And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for Indiana. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Here's Mathurin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 3. And McConnell gets it to go.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammates.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Guys, you think about this Indiana Pacers proud organization. They have not been to a conference finals since 2014. And consider when they did get into the playoffs, they were bounced in the first round several times.
The 76ers making a switch here. Bassey's checked in. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's P. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet.
The assist.
He's got 7 points here in this quarter. And for this Pacers franchise, Doris, they took a step backwards last season.
Kevin, there's no doubt about it. Their worst record in over 30 years. But you know what? I really like what they did. They shuffled the deck player-wise. They brought in a new head coach. Sometimes you have to take that step backward to go 2 steps forward.
6 to shoot. Here's Duarte. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's P, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, if you're that wide open, I can promise you James Harden will find you.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And even with the ratings going strong, the younger generations often court cut. How does the NBA engage that audience?
Kevin, I think making game action trend on social media and when big moments happen for maybe a small fee, allow people to be a part of it. It's like highlights, but live.
And the 76ers with some changes. P.J. Tucker comes in for Reed, and it's Korkmaz in for P. Indiana also making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Turner. Jackson comes in for Jalen Smith. And Halliburton subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Here's Mathurin. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Milton. And the 3 ball is good.
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
It's stolen. Here's Korkmaz. He's got 8. Now Tucker inside. Here's Bassey. Back to Tucker. Clock at 4. Here's Milton. No good from outside. Pacers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. Here's Halliburton. And the rejection by Harden. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Korkmaz kicks to Harden. It's stolen by Tice. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound. Jackson down low. He's against Tucker. Milton with it. Here's the floater. And that's 2 points on the layup. Milton's got 5.
Well, the touch and the focus. What a pretty move in the lane.
Here's Tice. Missed. And so it's Philadelphia rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On offense, here are the Pacers. On the court for Indiana, Nesmith is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then there's Daniel Tice. And it's Bitadze in at the center position. Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball. And the 76ers shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. To the inside, Harrell. And Harrell shoots it in.
So many of Montrezl Harrell's buckets come right at the cup. He is so powerful.
The Pacers shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. McConnell passes to Taylor. Greg, you read about Jimmy Butler starting his own coffee company, and he did that in the NBA bubble, and he drinks, they say, about 5 cups of coffee a day. Do a lot of NBA players drink coffee to keep them going and get that extra burst?
Absolutely.
Gary
I
Trent.
remember drinking coffee on the bench late in my career. It's kind of a comfort food, warms you up a little bit, and all good things that can get you ready for action, I'm for it.
Here's P. Following the score by Indiana. Passes it to Korkmaz. Here's P. He's covered by McConnell. P, no good.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Now, here's Neesmith. And McConnell gets it to go.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
And the burst of quickness on display with the Mobile One drive.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Here's P. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Well, he's been shooting it so well because he's been so active, moving and working to get high percentage shots.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Pass to Neesmith. Here's Bitadze. He's defended by Harrell. Bitadze the pass to McConnell. Shot clock at 5. There's the triple. That one doesn't go. Nice D from P. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Indiana's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Pass to Neesmith. They grab their own miss. Count that one.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
The pass to P. It's rebounded by Neesmith.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert. I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
And in this era of player movement, Greg, we're seeing guys often pick teams on fit or style of play. When they look at that, what are they looking into?
You want to have fun coming to work every day, Kevin. I mean, the money they're making, most guys are going to be set for life. But I think they recognize it's about the journey and who you have the opportunity to take that journey with.
That one is off. And the 76ers with some changes. Bassey's checked in. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Reed. And he sinks the second. The Pacers have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
The 76ers have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, I just love the activity, a fireball of energy. Tucker earning himself a trip to the stripe.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Philadelphia.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And the first one at the line is good. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but, Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien Trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the strike.
No, make no mistake, guys. One of the more effective second-round picks we have in the NBA. Tucker provides a steady diet of production.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so checking out their record tonight, it'll mark win number 32 overall.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for P.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Here's Neesmith after the made shot from P. Taylor passes to Neesmith. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Here's Bitadze, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
At the line for the Pacers, Goga Bitadze. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Second free throw, no good.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
Yep, that one goes.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Nembhard. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Outside, Taylor. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.